So yeah, so the idea here is that this deck is always been really good against blue-white control. And blue-white control is like by far the most popular deck in the format at the moment. And we're gonna do a little bit of farming today, hopefully. Looks like we're playing against Mill round 1, which has always been a pretty close matchup, I feel. Yeah, very late today, but obviously no worries. It's just like every morning it's like Thunder and Bata are like neck and neck to see who's like here first, and today, like, wait, they didn't play the Enforcer in response? I guess they value that Kolaghan's command pretty highly. We can take it with the Thoughtseize. Mike, 27 months, thank you so much. That's 3 babies worth of subs. Hell yeah. One of the first 27-month messages. Why not play 2 Tourach? I've got one main, one side. I was really trying to figure out...
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
I was really trying to figure out how to... if I wanted to play 2 Tourach's main. But the reality is, like, I think the blue-white matchup is good kind of regardless. Like, you know, in making, like, that good matchup even better is not necessarily something that I'm that interested in. But I do have the second in the sideboard, which you could also bring in against big mana decks and control and Titan. Pretty versatile sideboard card. But I do have another one in the sideboard. I think I have to take the Kolaghan's command. That Snapcaster Lightning Bolt's a bit obnoxious, though. Pretty close to being able to escape Kroxa, which has got to be insane against Grixis. They immediately put that Lurrus in their hand, though. So I guess I should Tourach or Voidwalker this turn, since this like kind of makes them need to snap bolt the Voidwalker and take a turn not Lurrusing. We do need to find an answer to the Lurrus. Oh, they drew Unholy Heat. So if they have a land, then they get to go Lurrus Bauble. It's really bad for us. Second. So they're bobbling by upkeep to play around discard spells. Really big draw step here. Second Kroxa. Okay, so second Kroxa is kind of interesting since it does let me get my opponent's Snapcaster Mage out of their hand. We don't have an answer to the Lurrus. Letting Lurrus run around unanswered is, you know, a headache in those matchups, but you expect a Rakdos deck to be able to kill a 3-2? No way. Any thoughts on the Secret Lairs from yesterday? I didn't look like super closely at them, but they seemed kind of like interesting for EDH. I was also thinking about it a little bit, but like, especially compared to like the Walking Dead Secret Lairs, I'm like way happier to see the what's the show even called? I forgot. The Stranger Things. I feel like Stranger Things is like a pretty good show to cross over with, since like one, Wizards owes Stranger Things a lot of money. I think because they like Stranger Things is, I think, very largely responsible for the resurgence and popularity of D&D, and so like kind of like continuing that collab, I think, is really smart for Wizards, because they obviously also own Dungeons and Dragons, and just kind of expanding that, I think, is just like, you know, a generally good business move. I like Stranger Things. I've seen the show, although I haven't watched it in a long time, of course, because it's just, you know, hasn't been airing. I guess I maybe should just escape the Kroxa. I'm a bit worried about Counterspell, though. Yeah, it seems like a totally fine one to cross over with. I don't have strong opinions on it, though. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm never gonna play with the cards, probably. I like the design of 11. I thought 11 was really cool, where you have a maximum hand size of 11, and when you attack, you have 11 cards in hand. You get to cast a spell. I thought that was pretty cool. The Last Spartan, 2 months. Thank you so much. I don't know. Don't have strong feelings. Stranger Things new Capenna? Wait, what? I'm scared to click on this, but I'm curious.
Magic treatment. So it would be the same card, but it would be flavored after a Magic character, existing or not, but more flavored in the Magic multiverse. Those would come in the list down the line. So
I'm blocking. Why would I not block this? I don't know. Yeah, if they're gonna snap bolts, I'm one card away from escaping the Kroxa again, and their Luris dies. They must have there must be Kolaghan's Command as the last card. But then I get to escape the Kroxa again if they draw step me. This is I think this is a really bad play by them.
Wanted to give
James,
you,
18 months,
there were a lot
thank
of
you so
questions
much.
about how often those would show up, so I have.
Okay, so the idea is that the cards designed in the Walking Dead's or the Stranger Things Secret Lair, the idea is that these cards are going to be reprinted in the Demon set. Guess I'm putting my own Luris in play. It's pretty bad if they have Kolaghan's Command like I predict, but don't really have anything else to do. They're on the list. So you can get the Secret Lair cards in the list. I see. Last card was Kolaghan's Commands. Man, our draws have been pretty anemic this game. Stop using the list. I don't know. I mean, I don't have strong opinions about the list either, but I generally think more reprints are better, right? What's bad about the list? I feel like when I was growing up using playing Magic, everybody just complained constantly about the lack of reprints, and the list just is like reprint city, right? And then people also complained about Secret Lairs not being in packs, and now they've put Secret Lairs in packs. I don't know. At the very least, I don't have strong opinions about it, you know. Which is really a terrible stance to have as a content creator. I need more hot takes on this channel. Flooding out pretty badly. And we don't have a den. Dead on board? I don't think so because we shrank this, right? Oh, but they can attack with the Snapcaster Mage, and then... I don't think we're dead on board. We attack with the Snapcaster, and... then they can replay it. I guess it's one more damage to block, so I guess we don't block. We just actually just never drew an answer to a 3-2, which is a bummer. We have, I think, 11 or 12? You have 3 heat, 3 bolt, 2 terminate, 4 command, or 3 command. Bummer, dude. Alright, let's go to game 2. Hopefully I have a better one. I'm going to bring in the Unearth. They're really good in these kinds of matchups. I do think that the Kroxa seem like our best cards by a lot. I'll kind of second Thoughtseize. I do think I want at least the first Tourach. I don't think I want the third Terminate. I think that this amount of removal should be pretty good. I think on the play, I'll play the second Tourach. And I can cut the 4th Voidwalker. I can cut the 6th Discard spell. I think I'll do that. I'm anti-list in general, not just the list. Arrays are much better. Yeah, I guess I'm just all confused. About the list and what, exactly what it is. Alright, let's mulligan this, but, who really cares? Let's keep this hand, and I'm going to put back Terminate, I think. And I'm going to play Monkey on turn 1. Am I playing the PTQ today? My plan for today is do the stream as normal. And then I'm going to end the stream, 2, 3, like usual. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to finish a Channel Fireball article. And then my plan is to start the PTQ this afternoon off stream. And then if I'm 2-0, 3-0, I'll probably just fire up the stream. But I think I'm going to start it off stream just because I didn't sleep super good last night. I have to finish the Channel Fireball article. I want to do the normal stream too, so I'm gonna at least start it off stream. But if I end up having a good run, I'll fire it up this evening. And then if I have a late run in the PTQ tonight, I don't think I'm gonna stream on Saturday. So we're just kind of playing it all by ear. Let's go to make sure that this Kolaghan's command resolves. But this is good in theory with bad execution. Feels like these smell reprints are either bad or not reprints. Okay, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as I understand, like there's not like what is the cost of having? Oh no, they exiled my Kroxa. Like what's the cost of having the list exist? Because as far as I understand, it's just like the list exists, and it's just kind of like extra value in packs, right? That then you can like get like a nice reprint or occasionally, and it doesn't like you're not paying more for packs, and it's like an extra slot in a pack. So like, what's the? So I don't understand what the like if it is like what the downside is, because I thought it was just like extra gravy. There's some like extra reprints in some packs that weren't there before, right? I think the issues become the making a selling point. I mean, are they even making it a selling point? Because like packs don't cost more, right? Or do packs cost more? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But like, I'm not under the impression packs cost anymore. Like maybe people are buying them more because of it, but they're adding more value to the packs. That feels like that's fine to use as a selling point, right? They do cost more? Okay, yeah, that's not something I was aware of. Modern, thank you for tier 1. President, thank you for 2 months. Set packs cost $1 more than draft packs. Yeah, so I don't know what a set pack is. I'm kind of scared to ask. What is a set pack? I don't know. I did buy a booster box very recently from friends of mine who own a store. After I top 8 of the 100 Burton, because I had cash to burn and I wanted to support their store. And those cards had list cards. That box had list cards in it, but I honestly don't know how much I paid for the box. I was just like, I haven't seen them in like 2 years because of COVID. I want to support their store. I'm gonna buy a box. I don't know how much I paid for it. Alright, so I put Luris in their hand. I probably need to Thoughtseize this Luris. It's really bad if they have a counterspell in their hand, right? Into the Story! Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to take that. Oh man. I have heat up for Luris. Draft boosters, if you sit boosters, are typically $5 and $7. Okay, well yeah, then I'll complain too. Let's make a whole YouTube video about it. But yeah, I mean, I should also say this, and I'm sure most people are on board with this. I recommend that you buy singles. That you don't buy booster packs. Buy singles. You support your local game store. Or channelfireball.com. Alright, they reveal Cling to Dust to Expressive Duration. They have so much card advantage. Read primer below. Bolt, +4 Fatal Push. Sultai versus Trooper Time, green for Klothys. If he cut bolts, then Sultai Triumph seems better. Unsure if Cascade Bluffs versus Sucked Ruins. Four bolts, +4 Fatal Push. Is that what you're wanting to consider? And then why are we playing? We're playing the Triumphs for the Klothys in the sideboard. The one Klothys in the sideboard. Which truthfully doesn't seem all that worth it. Oh man. I can Inquisition their Luris now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you can Inquisition their Luris, you just have to do it. They drew another Into the Story? Their deck is just all card advantage. We're so dead. We're so dead. Fine. We'll just be dead, I guess. They have Iteration and Into the Story. And what do we do? Okay, looking at this deck a little bit more. Okay, your curve seems really high. 3 Electrolyze, 3 Kolaghan's Command, 2 Deluge. It seems really... And also, like, the mix of discard spells, counter spells is a little weird. Like, Thoughtseize I also feel like is a decent amount better than Inquisition of the format because of how popular blue-white control is. So it's, like, a bit awkward to just have, like, only Inquisitions the main when Burn's not that popular. I don't like the Triumph so much in this Grixis deck where you don't have a, I mean, it's also awkward that, like, this was our, so if I Voidwalker, they're gonna Into the Story, and I exile my Bauble, so I can't play both. I don't know. I'm gonna dash Ragavan, I think, because this means that they're not gonna escape Into the Story. They're not gonna, oh, they can't cast Into the Story anymore this turn. They can bolt my Lurrus, though. Or my Ragavan. Yeah, next they're just going to do both. We build over a Kroxa. It's pretty good. But... Oh, right. I forgot about the Thought Thief. Their hand was just, like, very unbeatable. But I should have paid a little bit more attention. Oh, man, our hands today. Our hands today. You have life gain off the Sedgemoor Witch. I'm not sure that Memory Deluge even necessarily shines in a deck like this. It's probably fine. You definitely can't play more than the 2 copies you're playing. The 2 copies you're playing are probably okay. Okay, let's keep this. We'll put back Shinka Kolaghan's Command. Because the Thoughtseize is really good with the Voidwalker. And then I want to go Blood Crypt into Ragavan on 1. And then as far as like Bolt versus Fatal Push, I think I would like hedge towards Lightning Bolt because of the prevalence of blue-white control right now. And your Hammer Time matchup is probably okay. Let's go! Okay. My opponent just scooped a turn 1 Ragavan. Alright, that was a pretty good 5, I guess. We got another deck type from JK. He posted a link in chat. Let's take a look, of course. Okay, so my opponent mulled to 5 and conceded to a turn 1 Ragavan. So Dredge would not concede to a turn 1 Ragavan, right? So they're probably playing... Guys, what deck concedes to turn 1 Ragavan? Okay, probably not decks that Terminate is soft to or good against. I think I'll just play like the 4th Thoughtseize, the 2nd Tourach over the Terminates. Pretty generic, right? 4-4, 4-4 JK. Once you get the link fixed up, we'll figure it out. Draven, 4 months, thank you so much. Yeah, the old 0-1 bracket. Yeah, that's true. That's what they're playing. They're playing in the 0-1 bracket. Yeah, the thing about like Oops All Spells, Grishelbrand, it's like those decks can beat Ragavan. You know what I mean? Like those decks can very easily just like tank a couple hits from Ragavan and combo. I know that like getting hit by Ragavan feels really bad, but I don't know. It's not that bad. 3 monkeys. Wow. Okay, so Aether Mage's Touch, Wilderness Reclamation. I mean, 4 hits for Aether Mage's Touch is like really low. But I also don't really understand playing Reclamation and Aether Mage's Touch because it's like Touch is such a clunky card. You know what I mean? Touch is a really clunky card. And like your whole deck kind of needs to be built around it for it to function. Swamp Thoughtseize? What the heck? Your whole deck needs to be built around it for it to function. So I guess this is just 0-1 bracket. Oh my gosh. Pay to win, I guess. What the hell is that? What the hell was that match? We won on turn 1 both games. That was like That was 2 turn 1 kills in Modern just because Ragavan is so untouchable. Okay, if you're gonna concede every time you see Ragavan, please play some gut shots in your sideboard. Okay, play like 2 gut shots at least. Yeah, you need to be playing more Brainstones for sure, just to make your deck function. Okay, let's keep this. Brainstones just felt so bad. I mean, that's the cost of playing Aether Mage's Touch. Your deck, you have 4 creatures in your Aether Mage's Touch deck. You either play more creatures or you play Brainstone. But yeah, that card's pretty bad. You can also play Terminus in your deck too, right? If you're gonna be playing, if you need to be playing Brainstone because you need to make this, you have a compulsion to make this deck idea work, then you can play. Hold on. So they're drawing Arbor Elf, so I'm gonna end up taking. I can take Klothys Questing Beast, and then they play Arbor Elf, and then they play Ooze with an activation up, which is kind of a problem. So I guess I'll take Ooze, then Klothys. Then I can Kolaghan's Command, where they can't cast the Questing Beast right away. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can play you can be a Miracles deck instead, and then all of a sudden your Brainstones are not as embarrassing. Yeah, Lynn's was not playable in Limited. That is like, it's just way too cute. About Jace, too many 4-drops. I mean, I would rather play the, like, Brainstone just curves into, like, you're trying to, like, curve Jace into, like, and then untap with Jace and play this card, the Aether Mage's Touch. It's just your curve's too high. Stone, like, is a lot more reasonable, I feel. I should probably just double Kroxa and get both the Questing Beast and their other card out of their hand. As much as I'd love to cast a Questing Beast off Voidwalker. Discard a land. Hey, this matchup against Blue White can hear controlled. That matchup is why I'm playing this deck today. I feel like that matchup is really, really favored for Black-Red. And Blue White controlled, most popular deck in the format. Just trying to farm it a bit today. It's kind of hard to choose to like farm things in the modern queues, you know what I mean? But it's also true that like there's a PTQ, and I think that controls can be the most popular deck, so maybe I'll play this deck in the PTQ. But I've got a couple other ideas too. They have a lightning bolt on top. This game feels pretty over. So playing against Ponza. It's a super lopsided game. Okay, they're playing Elder Gargaroth and Questing Beast, so I probably want Terminate, and I want the 4th Thoughtseize over probably the 3rd Inquisition of Kozilek. And then I think that I'm going to go down to like 1 Kolaghan's Command, and I'll play the 2nd Tourach as well. Is Team any good? Yeah, I think Team really good. Team is also a deck I'm considering for the PTQ. Team is not only a good deck right now, but Team is very good against Blue-White too. So I'm also like considering playing Rec with main deck Fire Ice over the Heats, but I'm not sure, because I kind of expect there to be like the Fire Ices like are also like just a little bit more of a hedge against like the control grindy metagame. I'm not sure. You do not want to bring in Void Mirror for a card like Bloodbraid Elf, where it's like you spend 2 mana, you don't impact the board, which is a lot of mana to not impact the board, and then it's like there's still 2 for wanting you with Bloodbraid Elf because you've spent 2 mana and a card to stop their cascade. So there's still 2 for wanting you with Bloodbraid Elf. Just because a card, does something in a matchup really does not mean you should board it in. Okay, I'm going to play Ragavan on 1. I'm going to hold the Bauble for turn 2 with Channeler. Really good to have the basic Swamp in my hand. Not a chance to play Blue-White. I think playing Blue-White's kind of dumb, to be honest. It's like, not only is it the most popular deck, and the mirrors are not that good. It's like you can outplay your opponents, of course, but I feel like the way you draw is so dependent. It matters so much in the mirrors right now, just like it does in every mirror. I don't know. Not only is blue white going to be the most popular deck, blue white is the deck with the biggest target on its head by a lot. I think that if you've been playing a lot of blue white and you're really confident in the deck, it's not a bad choice, but I don't think it's a particularly good one either. Elder Gargaroth on top. Oh my gosh. Graveyard that, I guess. They can cast the Gargaroth. They also have Bloodbraid Elf. I guess I can bolt the Gargaroth. Oh, so I can go. So next turn I can go Voidwalker, attack with Channeler, bolt the Gargaroth. It's just Freeburg to give it 4 months? Dude, I haven't seen Gargaroth in a long time. Yeah, they always block this. Yeah, sadly this... Yeah, can you imagine Unholy Heat in my hand over Bolt here? They decided to make a beast instead of drawing a card. It's kind of interesting. So their last card is Bloodbraid Elf, and they're drawing a new card. So hopefully they can't answer the Voidwalker. Is that an incorrect? From strategic perspective, I don't understand how Red-Black Rock can be favored against Blue-White. To me, it seems like Blue-White's been favored against non-blue mid-range decks. Okay, so having that attitude, this archetype has always been favored against Y archetype after MH2 is like just not a good attitude to have, because like the whole dynamic is so different. But like what makes the blue-white, the Rakdos versus blue-white matchup good is you have a lot of Kolaghan's commands to answer their chalices, and their removal spells don't line up very well against your threats to some extent. And also like Den of the Bugbear and Luris and Kroxa, Kolaghan's command, Ragavan, Voidwalker, all these cards are great against blue-white. It's just, you just kind of have like a pile of like really efficient cards against theirs. Your cards are way more mana efficient than theirs. Obviously it's not an auto win. No matchup is, but it's been pretty good. I'm just gonna, I guess I should Thoughtseize. Probably should have done that before casting the Voidwalker. I could have casted Klothys. Now hold up the Terminate, because I don't want to play Kroxa into the Relic here. But like Den of the Bugbear specifically is just a nightmare. I guess they have a lot of spreading seas now, but it can be a big pain for them. Wall of Omens. Wall of Omens is a speed bump. Not all the lists play it though. The Kahira versions obviously don't play it, and so after losing a rough match at Grixis Rogues with all like mono card advantage, we're 2-0. But we straight up don't know what we played in round 2. It must have been like the Rack, right? Seemed very good matchup for them. Let's keep this. Put back second Kroxa. Alright, looks like a control deck. No companions, kind of interesting. I think I'm just supposed to Ragavan on one here. I'm gonna hold the baubles. Reaper, 16 months, thank you so much. Opt. Bottom of the card. What deck plays Opt? And not consider. Can you build some Modern Grixis Rogue? I'm not that interested. Could have sworn you said you're gonna play Gen Saga. I was gonna play Gen Saga in the Twin Gauntlet, but me and Caleb cut it for time. Outdated Storm? I mean, like, their deck could just be out of date, I guess. It's a bit weird to, like, assume that, though. I'm gonna bubble them, just try to see if I can glean some insight here. Basic Island. Guess I'll keep the Thoughtseize. Is Gensac really good against control? It's favored. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like people like will hear me say that X deck is good against Y deck, and it'll be like, oh, it's Phoenix. No, wait, why are they playing Opt? Why are they playing Opt? Okay, now I don't want to, but now I don't want this Thoughtseize anymore. They have Manamorphose on top. I just don't understand the Phoenix players. Why not both? I mean, I've been playing a lot of Phoenix. It's like, but Opt is not better than Consider, Thought Scour, or Serum Visions. So it's like, so it doesn't make any sense to me to play the Opts. Obviously, like it's a functional card in the deck, but yeah, I've been playing a ton of Phoenix. The card is not better than any of those cards. I need to find a Terminate. So we can kill we get to kill the Murktide Regent. Is it better to, I think it's just better to go all in on offense here, rather than try to trade a Channeler for a Phoenix. A little late for Voidwalker. Can we confirm that Dimlich is not being played among the Phoenix player, or has it become a must-all Phoenix deck? I mean, I can't confirm anything, man. I feel like my Phoenix list is really good. I've been even doing I would say very well with it lately, even. People are not. They're just like doing like literally anything that's different. I don't know what to tell you. There's no like people are not just copying my list and playing it, and people like very much seem like they just want to innovate, they just want to change it, which is fine, right? Do I want to turn off Delirium for my Channeler? You could probably play the first Unearth in the deck Ghost. But yeah, Dimlich, I'm starting to think that Dimlich is better than Arc-like Phoenix. I know that's like a really hot take. I think I'm going to attack with both here. I know that's a really hot take, but Dimlich has been just so absurdly good for me in my testing. It's like... And the card is... And what's great about Dimlich is like you can it's so easy to get back after your opponent deals with it, where Phoenixes can be a little bit clunkier to get back. But you can just like straight up cast that card from the graveyard a lot of the time, even when you don't have any cantrips to start the chain. This card, Otherworldly Gaze. They didn't upkeep it. They're main phasing it. Was that another Phoenix in the yard? No, they put an island in the yard. They kept 2 on top. They cast a 6/6 Murktide Regent, which has to trade with my Kroxa. Oh, I guess sorry. I should have just replayed Kroxa here. But I was kind of enchanted by their main decking Surgical Extraction too. I'm kind of enchanted by the cast Kroxa off Voidwalker. Then escape Kroxa to trigger... Sorry, cast Murktide off Voidwalker, cast Kroxa to trigger Murktide Regent line. Okay, we won that game. Very emotional game. Why not attack with Din? Din costs 4 mana to activate. And we could activate it, but then it would be tapped. So I want the 3rd Terminate against the Murktide deck. Without sounding, even more incredibly biased and sour and wet blanket than I already am, boy, Dimlich is so much better in this matchup than Murktide Regent. But sorry for being a wet blanket. I guess I can probably just cast Tourach here. They triggered a decent amount of the time. How do you beat blue-white control this? Blue-white, I used to play this deck a ton, And I know that the blue-white lists are different now, but blue-white was always one of this deck's best matchups, where Den of the Bugbear, Ragavan, the discard spells, the Voidwalkers, the Kroxas, the Tourachs, the Kolaghan's commands are all really good against control. Dolores is also, of course, really good against control. Obviously, it's not going to be an auto win, but I would say that the matchup is pretty favorable, and I would say that this is one of the better matchups against blue-white. In fact, someone in chat yesterday was saying they've been playing a lot of the new blue-white, and they've been playing against this red-black deck and been losing a lot to it recently, and that's still my impression, is that this deck is very good against blue-white. Your cards are just like so much more mana efficient too. It's obviously not an auto win like no matchup is, especially against blue-white control, which is like one of the best decks in the format, if not the best deck. But I think it's a good matchup. I don't love this hand. Opponent kept 7. I think I'll keep it though. Fortunately, Demon Lich is more expensive than Murktide. Oh, Murktide's they're better than Thing in the Ice. Probably, yeah. Probably, yeah. I don't know that the deck... I don't personally even feel like the deck is playable without the Liches, though. I should have played that Den because I do the Graven Cairns. What time is the PTQ? I think it starts 4 p.m. my time. So that's enough time for me to end the stream at the normal time, eat lunch, and then start playing. So my plan is to end the stream, eat lunch. I need to finish a Channel Fireball article this afternoon, and then if I have a good run in the PTQ, I will stream it. I'll just fire up the stream if I'm like 2-0, 3-0. And if I'm not, I will... just stream tomorrow. I love this deck so much. I think it's as well positioned as when it's Trophy Race. I think it's recently become well positioned again with blue-white control being like the new top dog. What do you consider to be top 3 modern decks? Blue-white's number 1. It's kind of like very clearly number 1, and it's like push blue-red Ragavan very far down. It's kind of hard to say like exactly with the other two. There's like 5 decks really competing for the number 2 slot, I feel, at the moment. Did I make the article on sequencing Ragavan piles? No, I think I'm going to be writing that next week, and it'll probably come out the week after. I'm really excited to write it, though. Yeah, I'm fine trading Ragavan for Bolt because I'm another Ragavan. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Phoenix players just need some tough love, because I've also been talking a lot about how playing Ox of Agonis raises your mana curve, and it's just like you can't afford to be like slow out of the gate like this. You know what I mean? How did blue-white become number 1? I think people. It's mostly that people realize how nuts Solitude is. Solitude is just incredibly, incredibly good. That card is, you know, maybe. It's partially just well positioned right now, and also Memory Deluge made Solitude a lot better, but Solitude is just so sick. And that card is just so perfect in blue-white control. That's really in my opinion what's going on. No, I'm pretty sure they're not. I think that there's no way they play Phoenix or Lich, right? There's no way you can play Ox, Murktide, Lich, and Phoenix. It's just too much. It's just too many threats. So this makes them Bolt now. We might not be able to take anything with the Inquisition, but we can at the very least dash the Ragavan. What makes red black good against blue white, but the gen variant so much worse against blue white? So one of the big things is like blue white plays a lot of Spreading Seas that just like kills the Urza Saga. That's definitely a big factor. Also, Tarmogoyf is worse against blue white, I feel, than Voidwalker is. Kroxa is also really good against blue white, but they don't play Kroxa usually. Didn't the Bugbear also get Spreading Seas, but like you get to still tap this for mana, you know. Subdog Yorion version. I think that Yorion is the better version, but it's, you know, it's not clear what version is going to be the most popular forever, you know. Yeah, high curve, dodge, Inquisition. So they get to cast a 6/6 Murktide. I do have Unholy Heat. I don't have Delirium. That's a really interesting one. I think I'll cast Ragavan. Yeah, Solitude is so good. Solitude is so good. I feel like that's in my opinion the biggest thing about blue-white is people realized how good Solitude is. Okay, not much to do about this. I'm saying it's Ox mystery card. Is the Murktide too scared of the monkey to attack? Seems like it. Red Source does let them cast Ox of Agonas, which is pretty bad for us. I think 4 is the right number. Yeah, I think any blue-white list should be playing 4 Solitude right now. I think I'll wait another turn here. So I can bolt my Voidwalker so I can play it off Lurrus, or I could just take the land. I think I'll just take the land. They're not casting Ox? They have a second. They have a Steamance in their exile. I don't think they have another red source for Ox. That's so funny. Obviously, bad luck for them, right? Do you plan on playing blue-white anytime soon? Not really. Where I think I'm not gonna play it in the PTQ today. I think that it's a fine choice, but I think it's just like it has too big a target on its head, and the mirror matches are really miserable. And also like. I feel like every streamer is playing blue-white control right now. I'd like to be doing different stuff always. I feel like I just see every single streamer playing blue-white, which is obviously fine for them. They want to play. They play what they're interested in, but okay. They do. Wait, they did have a second red source. Okay. So they get to cast their Ox. Discard Otherworldly Gaze for infinite value. Alright, let's just go heat the Ox. They can't escape next turn. And din them. Stranger, 10 months. Thank you so much. Call. I guess they can, or they can Otherworldly Gaze to Ox, actually. But they drew a Thought Scour. I don't know. We get to get in, like, 10 damage here. So they escape. We activate Din. They block the Din. They take 4. We trigger Ragavan. Or they block the Ragavan. They take 5. Go to 3. They're dead to removal spell. They could have a Lightning Bolts and Basic Mountain, I guess. Or I guess if they bolt the Din before attacks, then they don't have to die here. Oh, am I miscounting? 4? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought they go to 0, they go to 1. But it's going to be really hard for them to beat this. Dude, we get to cast Otherworldly Gaze? This card is great. Alright, first time. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally testing it on stream. Great. Dude, it's actually Ancestor Recall, too. It's actually Ancestor Recall. I've been wrong the whole time. I've been wrong the whole time. Oh my gosh. Wow, Gaze is so good. Discard a Phoenix. And they're dead on board. Up, thank you for the 20 months. Appreciate you, buddy. Alright, 3-1. Dude, that Grixis matchup seems so bad. We're playing its 80 cards, so probably blue-white control. So you get to test the matchup. Gillo, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you so much. I'm assuming this is control, of course. What is Grixis Rogues? It's not a deck, I don't know. It's not really a thing. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna Thoughtseize. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what's going on. Take the Spreading Seas, and I'll bait up the Fatal Push with Channeler, I guess. Zaggoth Triome. The hits keep coming, huh? I probably want to bolt here, right? Can't imagine that, like, yeah, I feel like I just want the Surveil one. Can't really imagine that, we are gonna need to terminate the heat and the bolts for their creatures. Bauble in the yard for Luris is nice. Okay, so they use the push. Their hand is Basic Swamp. No longer Basic Swamp. Persist Solitude. Yorion. I guess I'm gonna dash and then play Voidwalker. Could be better to not dash. Yeah, Persisting Solitude is pretty sweet. Can't cast that one. Glad they're not drawing it though. They're a really fast league. Yeah, Zaggoth Triumph for ending. I've seen it a couple times. I'm not honestly a huge fan of that decision. Wait, they killed the Ragavan? I feel like the Voidwalker is like, I mean, they're a reanimator deck, right? I feel like the Voidwalker's got to go. People are just so afraid of getting hit by Ragavan, you know. Then maybe they have a sorcery speed answer for Voidwalker. Oh, they're just gonna hardcast Solitude. So, do I have any fetchables off Flooded Strand? I don't think so. Let me cast this. But you can play lands off Voidwalker. Oh, now I can get the Marsh Flats. I know I can get Solitude. I'd rather have the Marsh Flats than the Solitude here, though. I think, because I can escape the Kroxa next turn. They discard the Persist because they can't persist the Yorion. I think I'm just gonna bolt the Solitude now. I haven't done this in a while. Their deck is so weird. Rex looking for the 3 months? What indeed? What indeed? Then is Yorion mystery card. Discards Marsh Flats, keeps Yorion. Concedes, okay. But if you let them Solitude, ETB, Heat, Exile, crack the Walker. If you let Solitude, ETB, and Heat to Exile, then crack Walker. You're saying, yeah, I mean, are you talking about, you wanted me to cast Solitude instead of play the Marsh Flats? Because we already talked about this, if that's what you're saying, I'm not sure. I wanted to play the Marsh Flats instead so I could escape Kroxa next turn. And I think I'm not sure that's what you're suggesting. So if I'm misinterpreting, I guess let me know. I think I still want 2 Terminates to kill like reanimated creatures. Tourach seems pretty good. Unearth seems fine. Is Castle of Vantress and Condescend going too deep? Condescend's too deep. Castle of Vantress is yeah, you should be playing like 2 Castle of Vantress in your Reclamation Aether Mage's Touch deck. Castle is like actually a really good card in your deck. But don't play Condescend. GG, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you so much. Let's keep this. Good suggestion. Was an opponent supposed to tap 2 lands? For what? Should you play Black Castle? I mean, we have Den of the Bugbear, Shizo, and Shinka as utility lands, and we also have an Urborg to kind of like help Den tap for double black, and 2 filter lands. So like you could play a Castle Locthwain. I do really like that card, but it's not free. They let it resolve. I guess they drew push. Okay. I thought that they like yielded till end of turn with Mending up here. They do get to evoke Muldrifter, which is pretty scary. I mean, the Kroxa cast trigger is not that good against the Mending in hand. Or the ETB trigger, rather. Yeah. But it'll be fine to escape, so I'm just going to play this. I thought it was better to allow Solitude to enter and target Voidwalker, because then you get to heat it, exile, then use Walker for Marsh Flats. Oh, I see. Yes. You're right. Okay, I do actually like that they're playing Solitude and Reanimator. I feel like that's really good. I'm not so sure about being 80 cards, though. I feel like you really need to be 60 in your Reanimator deck. Oh, bummer. Pretty behind here, especially if they have a land to just cast Solitude. Yeah, but Solitude is so good. Have we seen Gifts? Yeah, they're probably playing Gifts, too. I think I'll use Unholy Heat in my upkeep here. Okay, good draw. So we can terminate the Muldrifter and then cast it. I guess I'll Inquisition first. Graveyard that. Have to take the Persist. I think I graveyard that. Wall of Omens. Thankfully, our creatures are flying for now. They have Mending in hand. They have Mending in the graveyard. They have Yorion in Companion Zone. Brutality, discard Mending. Okay. Probably could not have gone any better for us than that. Although they do have a land to Yorion in hand, so... I have some good draws. Kolaghan's Command, Kroxa, Thoughtseize are probably the best. Ding 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 ding. That was the best one for by a lot. Fran's a good friend of the channel. Yeah, of course. Who's asking? Oh, it's Fran's channel. I see. Teferi into Teferi. Would they plus? They just like... Why would they plus there? They just don't get to draw a card now. They should have probably minus on the wall. Or minus on the channeler. Don't plus there. Alright, kick. Wall can't block the Tourach either. Okay, Solitude. You guys want to see something cool? Target persists. Resolves. Persist the Voidwalker. Unlimited Voidwalkers. Let's freaking go. Can also cast a fairy next turn. They can't attack with Solitude because I have Tourach. If they flashback Mending, it triggers their Tourach too. And Burial Rites on Yorion. Okay, that was a pretty good one. Jeez. So they exile my Voidwalker, they draw another card. Alright, this is a game. It's nice that the rights got exiled. Maybe I should have bobbled them first. Not sure what I'd really see to change. To not do that this turn though. Another Solitude on top. I think I'm still playing this. I'm not attacking with this, so I can leave the Tourach back to not with the Solitude hit. Yeah, it's been a really good game, for sure. Weird one. Dude, a Burial Rites on Yorion is pretty. Instant speed, no. But when you Voidwalker a spell, you have until the end of turn to play that spell. So we just allowed ourselves to cast Persistent until end of turn. We let the triggers resolve, then we cast the Persistent sorcery speed. If this was the Fear land, we would win. They have Spreading Seas on top. You draw 2 new cards, and they just concede. They're not dead. Opponents, come on. Oh, they were dead. Sorry. Pro white. Of course they were dead. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I thought they could block. All right, so we lost round 1 to Luris and an Innistrad pack. I'll open that. We lost round 1 to Grixis Rogues. Got crushed by Into the Story, and then we had a clean 4-0, 8-0. But we also played against like a bunch of jank. So, you know, not that much to, I think, learn from that league. The all jank league. We lost to Grixis Rogues. We